This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Monday means it's Modern Monday here in Instant Deck Tech land, and we have a super sweet Jeskai list to check out today. This is another Mox Amber list, but this one is a little bit different, doing some really cool things with Mox Amber. This is Legendary Jeskai. It comes to us from Angrand, who took it to a 5-0 finish in a competitive Modern League on Magic Online. So congrats to Angrand on a super cool deck. A quick reminder before we break down Legendary Jeskai for Modern. If you enjoy this deck and you want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Legendary Jeskai is sort of this weird take on like a Jeskai tempo style deck. So we start off with Mox Amber, and Mox Amber in this deck does two very important things. First off, it can add mana. We do have some legends. We are hoping to use it as like an accelerant to add some extra mana, play things a little bit quicker. It also performs the role of a free spell, and we have some weird synergies that like as casting spells. So it joins Mishra's Bauble, which is another 0 mana artifact, as free spells in our deck that we could use to trigger some of our creatures, make more creatures, draw cards, maybe even lock our opponent out of the game. So making mana, also being a free spell. Mishra's Bauble is just a free spell in every sense of the word. It doesn't do much. Like, yes, peeking at the top card of a player's library, we can like use it and see what's on top and maybe shuffle it away with a fetch or something, but really it's 0 mana. It triggers anything that triggers when we cast a spell, doesn't cost us a card because it redraws, so it basically just powers up our synergies. So what synergies are we powering up with these free spells? First off, we have two creatures. Areo Soratami Ascendant is one of our sweetest payoffs. So 2 mana, you get a 1/1 with flying. It's a legendary creature, so it does work with our Mox Amber. And then whenever the 4th spell of a turn is played, we flip it around, and then we get an enchantment, Areo's Essence, which counters the first spell played by each opponent each turn. So the idea here is we can maybe on turn 2 play Areo, and then play a Mox Amber, maybe play a 1 mana spell like a Serum Visions off of our Mox Amber mana, then maybe we play another Mox Amber, play a Mishra's Bauble, flip it around, and just kind of like soft lock our opponent out of actually playing Magic. Jorian Ruin Driver is another weird payoff. It's another legend, 2/3 for 3 mana, so not crazy stats, but whenever we cast the second spell of each turn, we get to draw a card, and with all these free spells, there's a lot of ways that we can combine cards to cast 2 spells in a turn and be drawing an extra card every single turn while we're also beating down with our Jorian. So those are a couple of our payoffs for these cheap spells. Then we have kind of our game-winning payoffs. Geist of St. Draft isn't a payoff in the sense that it triggers or anything when we cast a Mox Amber, but we can use extra mana to speed it out, and then we just get a really good attacker, hitting for essentially 6 damage, 4 of it being the Angel in the air repeatedly. And then Monastery Mentor, not a legend, but it works really well with our Mox Amber and our Mishra's Bauble, because whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we get a 1/1 monk token, and then all those monks and Monastery Mentor itself have prowess, so it's growing too as we cast these spells. So it's really easy to play Monastery Mentor, play a Mox Amber, play a Serum Visions, play a Mishra's Bauble, and just make a board full of huge monks and kill our opponent really fast. Otherwise, Jace Vryn's Prodigy, Snapcaster Mage, just let us reuse our spells from the graveyard. As you can see, talking about Jorians and talking about Areo and talking about Monastery Mentor, we really just want to keep casting spells, so Jace lets us loot away our buried cards, eventually flips into Jace Planeswalker, which can flashback cards similar to Snapcaster. Snapcaster just straight up lets us recast a Serum Visions and opt a Path to Exile, whatever cheap spell we need to cast. So more ways to cast even more spells. As far as the spells in the deck, Opt and Serum Visions, really helpful because they're so cheap and they don't cost us a card. So this is another way we can chain together spells for Monastery Mentor, chain together 2 spells a turn for Jorian, or flip around our Areo, plus they're really cheap to flashback with our Snapcaster Mage. So between Jorian and Snapcasters and these cheap card draw spells, our hand hand should always be full as we're just casting these spells. As far as removal, Path to Exile, Lightning Bolt, 1 can go to the face and take care of little creatures. Path takes care of anything, but does give our opponent a land. And then Repeal, another way to draw a card. It's kind of temporary removal because it bounces something, but hitting non-lands can be relevant. In the mana base, the one interesting land is a Jono Castle, which is basically a way to protect our legendary creature. So Jorian, our Geist of St. Traft, our Jacerim's Prodigy from something like a Lightning Bolt, or even in combat if our opponent blocks, a bunch of fetch lands, some fast lands, some shock lands to tutor up, some basic lands. In the sideboard, we get more cheap spells. Tormod's Crypt is a weird looking graveyard hate spell when there's so many options in the format, but it's another 0 mana spell for flipping a Rayo and making monk tokens. Alpine Moon is just like the cheapest Tron hate available in the format, also hits on Valakut. Some cheap counters, Disdainful Stroke hits big things, good against Storm and Eldrazi and Tron. Spell Pierce for spells, Lightning Helix for more removal and also life gain against aggro, Wear Tear for artifacts and enchantments, and that is Legendary Jeskai for Modern, and that's been our Instant Deck for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.